They can even steal your photographs and put them in your profile. They're very crafty, these cloners. I know, Dorian, you've just had a bad experience with it, haven't you? Was that yesterday?
That was yesterday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just noticed it. I'm being cloned again. It's like the fourth time. So I maybe I'm doing something right, or maybe I'm doing something wrong. But guys, pay attention to that. If I don't know you well or personally, I will probably never DM you. I will talk to you in a group setting unless I know you well and you know me well. So be careful of that.
Yeah.
Most of you, you'll get information from me in a group.
We found
Uh,
that the most safest method is to don't direct don't direct message somebody immediately. Always put it in a public group so that they're aware that it is you that's speaking, because this is what cloners tend to do. They tend to direct message members outside the group. Okay. So if you're going to contact someone, put it in a public group first so that they are sure that it's you that's contacting them, because cloners will never do that because they know people like me will be on the case straight away. So yeah, guys, be very careful who you're speaking to by direct message. Always check the username. If you're not sure, don't contact them. Go into the public area, go into the public groups and contact. Look in the members list. You will tell who is the admin, the moderators. Yeah, contact them direct that way, just to be double safe. You can't be safe enough. So many members are getting scammed by these cloners. It's terrible. It really is. And unfortunately, Telegram is one of those platforms that takes it out of our hands. We can't do anything about it, unfortunately, apart from teach members how to spot a cloner.
Very true. There's always a security risk with Telegram, and unfortunately, those people
Hmm.
have gotten a little bit more clever. They even do it on uh Twitter as well, or X, so you have to just watch out and make sure you're contacting the right people and double check, triple check. I've even done a giveaway, and I've done a giveaway, I think several years ago, and when I did that, um I announced the winners and someone actually duplicated the account for the winner. So it was quite weird.
oh,
I,
whew.
Yeah, and
yeah.
be aware, guys. It's not just admin and moderators that people clone. It's actually groups as well. They will clone a group and say it's official when it's not. So be very careful. And the best thing is to talk. Talk to people that you know, talk to your upline, talk to people that you're in contact with regular. You can't be too safe.
The best thing I could say is what you said, Kev. We talk in a group first, and we let you know what's going to happen first before a
100%.
DM, unless you're personal with us. Other than
100%.
that, that's how we pretty much protect ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And check which groups they're in. This is another thing. Check which groups they're in. I noticed, I think it was David Frank got cloned once. And when I checked the groups, he wasn't in any of the groups. That's why I knew it was a cloner. So check the groups of anybody that's trying to contact you. See if they're in the right groups. Learn which groups they're in and check it out before you reply to them.
Now, Jonas got some updates for us. I'm sure everybody wants to know what's going on, what his plan
Yep.
is with DAO token. Guys, as a community, I can tell you, there are people working on a plan with the DAO token to take some of the pressure off of Daoversal and put it on the community. But we also, rely on our CEO, our fearless leader, Jonah, that has stuck with us. I just got back from Dubai. I can tell you, Jonah is definitely real, and he's been fighting for this community. And in a lot of ways, I've got to know him well. I got to understand his vulnerabilities, his weaknesses, and his strengths. And I can tell you, we're lucky that Jonah is still in the fight. I know, everybody's not happy with anything, but what I am is appreciative that Jonah hasn't given up. So Jonah, what do you got for us today, buddy?
Yeah. So first of all, I just want to say, guys, in the spirit of the way that things go, it's frustrating when we make such great milestones with Daoversal 2.0, and then we're faced with adversity. A lot of you have probably recently noticed that, things are actually starting to run quite smoothly on the platform when it comes to, staking and all of those things, even regarding withdrawals. Everything is running smoothly. And we've had some good success. Daoversal 2.0 has been running for approximately 3, almost 4 months now. And we do appreciate everyone that's, got to enjoy the new Daoversal as it continues to evolve. And I guess part of that evolution is some speed bumps that we may face. And Bitget is our recent speed bump, that we've had to climb over. Unfortunately, due to various reasons with market making and also just overall activity, they have said that they will be delisting a DAO T. And it really hurts to say that because we did, work really hard with them to try and make sure that we completed the assessment accordingly. I'm sure a lot of you can see that the liquidity there is actually quite strong. However, unfortunately, due to certain things with getting liquidity to the market makers in time, we were unable to pass the assessment based off of a weekly average. I can go now into more depth about that. What that means in terms of weekly average is I'll get the exact dates here so everyone is really up to speed. And I'm just being fully transparent on this because I'm sure no one is new to this idea that exchanges are quite strict, but at the same time, it's just a series of unfortunate events for us. So I'll go into it. April 8th, we got the notification that Bitget would be providing us with an assessment period that would last until the 15th. So it would start from the 9th to the 15th. And this was posted really late on the 8th, so approximately like 10 p.m. Unfortunately, I didn't see this until the 9th. So at the 9th, I said that we'll get everything resolved and that we would like to do our best to make sure that during this assessment we can adhere to your requirements. Now, normally the requirements is just pretty simple, like to have about 10,000 USDT in liquidity, which is not a lot, which is where our market makers instantly reacted to that, and they were able to provide that. However, there were some new stipulants that were added, which we fully didn't understand until approximately 2 days later when I asked the question regarding clarification on the additional requirements they had, which was to have over, I think, 30,000 USDT in additional volume, or sorry, additional liquidity. So at this time, it was already the 11th when I got clarification from them. And immediately I talked to the market making team to try and get that implemented right away. Now, on the 11th or the 12th, we were able to, I think about the 11th later that day, we were able to get everything sorted out. However, from the 9th to the 11th, we actually didn't meet that requirement of the 30,000 USDT. So then, of course, we spoke with the market making team and we're figuring out, are we okay with just meeting the requirement of 30,000 USDT plus the 10,000, totaling 40? Is that enough? Are we okay? They assured us that it was okay based off of all the information that I was getting and relaying to them. And unfortunately, it was actually based off of an average. So what they did was they took the weekly average of liquidity instead of just meeting that requirement within the time frame. We met the requirement, and everything was good, starting from the 11th. However, there was 2 days where we didn't meet that requirement, and of course, that came to bite us in the ass. I, tried to express to them, hey, extend our assessment period. We'll do even more than you've requested. And that's where we actually added up to 70,000 in USDT for liquidity on the platform for DAO-T to show them that we were serious about, making sure that we retain a good relationship with them and that everything was smooth. However, they declined to extend our assessment period. If you look even now, there probably is still significant liquidity on the exchange, but unfortunately, it was not going to be something that they were willing to accept. So after me speaking to people that were in charge of the assessment, their managers, asking even Neil to reach out to his contacts, unfortunately, we were unable to rectify the situation with Bitget, and that door, unfortunately, has been closed, even though we have done a significant amount of effort to try and resolve the situation with them. And that's kind of unfortunate news regarding, Bitget. Now, I will say that there was some pros to this and also some reasons that led up to it. I'll start with the reason of which led up to, I think, this event with Bitget, and that simply is that there's just too many restrictions for a lot of our community members to even sit there and get DAO-T. And we see now a lot of them actually using our Telegram bot instead of actually going directly to the exchange. And that's simply because they can't go to the exchange. They're restricted in one way or another. I know Italy is restricted. I know a lot of other countries are restricted as well. So it makes it difficult for us to be able to get the activity that we would want from our community in terms of trading on the exchange. And I guess today it finally what became evident. The other thing too, is just the total community engagement. We need to get more members active and actively trading DAO-T. There's market opportunities, I think, for everyone, and whether you're buying or selling, activity is activity, and it's good to see it on the exchange because that's what we initially listed it for, was to get as many people, trading on the exchange. So that's kind of some of the things that I've noticed that were limiting the amount of users that we actually were able to convert from, Daoversal ecosystem onto Bitget. The people that did actually get to utilize that exchange and the services they provided for DAO-T, we are thankful for you guys contributing and also trading on there because we do know that that is what it was initially for. Now, the pro side of this is that, as DAO-T evolves, as Daoversal 2.0 evolves, I guess so do we. And we will obviously find another solution for our community members to trade on, and we have effectively done that immediately. We're looking into other exchanges that we can partner with and get you guys trading. But in the meantime, we're also going to be listed on Radium. So we have now opened up a trading pair on Radium, which is a decentralized exchange, which will allow all community members to get access to and start trading even now. So after this call, I will post the Radium link in the community where everyone then can actually start to trade again. So please do not feel like trading has been closed. We're now listed on another exchange and we will continue trading as normal. Do you guys, Kev, Dorian, do you guys have any questions about this news?
No,
Maybe.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
On this new exchange, what we had before, which probably hurt DAO-T and ultimately hurt you and us and Daoversal, was the West, particularly the United States, London, certain countries. Bitget was not allowed in those countries. So this new exchange, I guess when you post that link, do you have any idea if it's allowed in the United States or London or the Western nations?
I think primarily the majority of countries should get access to Radium. I know a lot of community members or a lot of people are using Radium. I don't know what restrictions there are exactly, but I will relay that to uh, our leaders, and then hopefully they will educate the community. I think some places might be restricted just by the nature of blockchain, but a lot more will be opened up. The door should open up for a lot more people.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Jonah, can I ask what are the trading pair and what network is it on?
It's still on Solana, and it's going to be US. I'm pretty sure it's actually going to be. Let me double check. It's live now, so I can just go look at it, and
Okay.
then I'll share that link with everyone later.
I'm quite sure we can use radium in the UK. I'm pretty sure we can, but I will double check that. And like I say, I can't highlight it enough. Please, members that are listening, be aware that people will jump on and try and make out that they've got the real token, the real trading pair. So please wait until Jonah releases the genuine trading pair. Okay. We don't want to be trading a token that is not the real DAO-T. Okay.
That's the most important thing we need to
It
make
is
sure.
absolutely, absolutely.
So it's DAO-T USDT.
USDT, awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, another thing, Jonah, that I want to highlight. My Streamflow account today, no, sorry, yesterday, my Streamflow vesting schedule was due, and it actually went through absolutely fine, no problems whatsoever. But there are a few members in the community that would like an update. Have you got anything that any updates regarding what happened with Streamflow and what feedback you've got from them?
So I spoke with them, and they were actually a little bit confused as to what was happening as well.
I gathered,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, they didn't know they didn't give me an exact reason as to why that there was some issues. Let me go right now to the chat so I can make sure I'm giving exact information. Um, they basically said, yeah, we don't know what's wrong. We're looking into it, but we will send you direct links to both the Daoversal community airdrop, the DAO-T vesting airdrop contract, and the vesting schedule. And
Mhm.
please use those direct links. So I think it's actually just affected the airdrop users. It hasn't affected people with the vesting schedule. So as you mentioned, Kev, the vesting schedule worked fine for you. So I'm assuming then you were not affected by this, but the users that are actually in the airdrop, they were the
Mm.
ones affected. So that's where they need to use those direct links that have been shared in the group, where then they can actually sit there and claim their tokens.
Okay, so is there anything that these members can do if they check those two links and there's still problems? Is there anything they should do?
If they don't see their address um, in the two links, I think it would be most important to contact myself or Alex
Yeah.
or Lulu, and then we'll look and see if you're actually part of the list. Some users still haven't actually submitted their Solana address as to why they maybe have not received DAO-T tokens yet. And we're hoping that we can reach out to those people and figure out what the solution will be for them.
Okay, guys. So the assistance is there. You just have to reach out to the correct people and beware of the cloners. Don't be giving information to anybody other than the people that can help. Okay.
All right.
Right.
Sorry, John, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Bitget, there might be a possibility that there are members who are still holding their DAO-T on Bitget exchange.
Yes.
So how much of time do they have to actually withdraw their DAO-T to wherever they prefer, actually? Because they can still withdraw their
Correct.
amount if they want to use it in their platform, as in Daoversal, they can withdraw. Or they can move their DAO-T to the new Radium exchange because it is already live. So how much of time do they have for them to actually move the DAO-T from Bitget?
That's a great question. So with Radium, Radium is just a decentralized exchange. It doesn't store tokens, wallets, similar to the way that Bitget does. So the most important thing to understand is that if somebody is trading on Radium, they will need to have a Phantom, or they will need to have a Soulflare wallet. This is just the way that it works. It's not something where you can actually create a wallet there and then store your tokens. It's just a little bit different from decentralized exchange, or sorry, from centralized exchanges, but it's just the way it works. So they'll need to be a little bit more familiar with how to use a Phantom or a Solana wallet. And we can go through some of those tutorials. It is pretty straightforward because you can do all of the things that you need to do directly from the wallet. Opposed to needing to, connect it via your computer and then have your wallet connected. It's not that complicated. You can directly add the link into the browser on your wallet and you'll be able to trade right from there.
Okay, so in effect then the DAO remains in your custody then within the Phantom wallet, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So
Perfect.
it's going to be completely in your hands at all times. You don't actually have to rely on someone else holding your tokens. It's just traded automatically in your wallet. So if you're trading DAO for USDT, you'll receive the USDT directly in your wallet and you can do what you want with it. If you're trading USDT for DAO, you'll receive the DAO in your wallet directly and you can do what you need to do with that as well.
Okay, I feel a lot more comfortable about that. And regarding Deborah's question there, I did read somewhere, I think the 26th of this month was a date mentioned on Bitget. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe I did read something about DAO tokens were okay left on there until the 26th. So I do urge people to have a look on there. You don't want to be leaving it on there with the inability to be able to remove it into a Phantom or a Soulflare wallet. But yeah, I feel great about that. Holding your own tokens without putting them onto another platform is the way forward, most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have other solutions, right? Like now is the
Hmm.
time where we actually start to think about looking at other exchanges. A few community members have actually stepped up and requested us open communications with a few other exchanges, and we've done that. So we'll see what that looks like, and kind of proceed from there. Of course, we'll have to go through the review process, negotiations on prices and things like that, and just see if it's an overall fit for the community. I think that was a problem on probably or a mistake on our part initially even going with Bitget because of the restrictions that there was. So we have to find, people exchanges that have license in certain, countries that allow their communities or their citizens to trade. And that's where it works in some, it doesn't work in others, and where it works in others, it doesn't work in where we need it to. So it's a little bit difficult, but we'll find a few exchanges that are open to, collaborating with DAO and we'll continue onwards.
There's certainly many changes happening in the global financial scene at the moment. It's trying to keep up with it. It's a headache, isn't it? It's certainly not an easy process looking for an exchange to suit every member. Not at all.
It's difficult. And I think that's why, some people or some projects are having multiple exchanges. We might have to do that even if that's what it takes, right?
And this
You
is
guys, you
where,
get
sorry,
yes.
go ahead.
And everybody has to understand it's not easy to do what Jonah is doing
Hmm.
with what he's faced with, and it's not his fault, it's not our fault, but it is what it is. As he alluded before, the activity or the volume around the token, it's two sides of it. One side, we're relying on the market makers to keep us compliant with these restrictions that these exchanges are going to have. Some are going to have easier ones, some are going to have harder ones. On the other hand, we're also looking at the inactivity of the community and ways to creative ways to increase that. And that falls on us. So in a lot of ways, we play a part in our success and we play a part in our limitations.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, I've just got an update. Corporal Buddykins, my wife, she's just passed me a mobile phone, and she's got the update from Bitget regarding the delisting, and it says that the tokens are safe until the May the 23rd. So that's a month tomorrow, guys. That's even better. So there's a month. You got 4 weeks in order to organise some way of moving those Doughty if you have got any on that exchange. Okay, so that's even better news.
It says May for you. I'm seeing even withdrawals will remain open until July.
No, this says May. Please withdraw the delisted token before May the 23rd.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's the public announcement from Bitget that they've displayed anyway.
Perfect. All right. Well, that gives a month. I'm sure at that point, then we'll have to get some users up to speed on.
Sure, and like I say, you know, if any members are struggling with that, reach out to the upline or the leaders, the team leaders. That's what we're here for, to try and assist.
Correct. Correct. I do even see right now, I haven't even shared the link and some people are trading. So that's good. I mean, trading is open for you guys 365 any day of the week on Radium.
Well, Jonah, we'll get on this and we'll play with it. I'm sure we'll put some things together for the community, and we'll have some options to get this token moving. So I appreciate you, Jonah, keeping up the hard fight, and I can't wait till I get back out to Dubai and break bread with you. And I'm sure, maybe we can get some other people out there too. But I appreciate the hard work you're doing, man. Thanks for staying in there for us.
Not a problem. Not a problem. We're doing what we can, guys. And I know that the news sucks, but at the end of the day, we're going to continue moving forward and find solutions for everyone to trade in. And that's what we have. I have a few other things I want to start working on as well. I still need to speak with Neo on that, but I think we'll see some more products come out for the Daoversal community as well. And even look at how to incorporate things that we have that were very strong, like planets and land and stuff. We need to get back to including that in Daoversal 2.0 as well. Maybe
Absolutely, yeah.
maybe some changes as we know need to happen there, but getting those things back, I think, is what really made the community enthusiastic. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that for sure.
Okay, just a quick one, Jonah. Regarding the success of the recent promotional posts that Alexander's put up, was it good and will it continue? I certainly use them and everything seems to be working a-okay this side. I notice there's one in active at the moment. It's waiting to be distributed, I believe. So will they continue in the near future?
I think Alex is cooking up a few pretty cool campaigns for everyone. So I'm hoping that we'll see those come to life here, very soon. I know that he has a few other campaigns he wants to send out, so stay tuned for some emails. When those emails come through, you'll see more information about it. I also wanted to mention that, uh, sorry, just looking here. It says the liquidity is locked too, so I don't know if that's a concern for some users, but when liquidity is locked, essentially what it means is it can't be removed by, let's say, the team. This is a very big thing because, I'm sure some of you guys know about rug pulls or whatever the case may be, but so it's important that um, projects actually lock the liquidity, and that lock can sometimes be for 6 months. It could be for 1 year. It could be for the some people burn the liquidity token altogether, so it can never be removed. But yeah, the liquidity is locked, so it cannot be removed. So when you trade tomorrow, the liquidity will stay and remain there. Yeah. You guys still there? Everyone muted themselves. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's about it for the updates we have today. I'm going to make the posts in the group so that way everyone can know where to trade. And yeah, let's keep it short and simple, guys. It's been about a half an hour now that we've been on, and I hope that kind of clears up some of the issues regarding Bitget and where we're going now in the future. The one thing I will request, is that guys, if you can be more active within trading, that always helps the community. It helps bring more awareness to the project. And that is it, guys.
Okay, I think we've lost Dorian.
Yeah, I think he had to jump off.
Okay, he's dropped out, and Deborah. Yeah,
He's
I think
muted.
Deborah's muted as well. Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Jonah. It's great to have you on board. You did say that you'd do a weekly update, and we really respect you for that. Like we said, nobody likes, dull news or bad news, but the point is you've come on and you've spoken to the community, and that's what matters. Transparency is key, and like I say, we respect that. If we get all the information that is necessary, then we can work with you, and hopefully move this forward in a positive manner. So great. Okay, Jonah, many thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. We'll have another update next week,
Yeah,
hopefully with some more exciting information about maybe some new possible exchanges or maybe some new development. I don't know exactly yet. I'll have to speak with the team and see where things are at, but as always, we'll keep updates coming your guys' way.
excellent. Thank you very much, Jonah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining.